Hello students, good evening to everyone. This is M. Bujjababu, working as a chemistry lecturer in Vignan Cooperative Junior College, Vatlamudi. In previous class, I gave information about the oxoacids of chlorine and types of oxoacids of halogen. So mainly, oxoacids are mainly classified into four categories, that are hypohalous acids, halous acid, halic acid, and parahalic acid. So in this session, I am going to explain about the last concept of this group 17 elements, that are halogens, that is about the interhalogen compounds. Once we look at the contents, what are present in this video are introduction of interhalogen compounds. So what are interhalogen compounds? How the interhalogen compounds are formed? And second one, preparation of interhalogen compounds. So what are the preparation methods which are useful to prepare the interhalogen compounds? So halogens react with each other, able to form interhalogen compound. And next one, the lower interhalogen compound react with another halogen. It also leads to formation of the interhalogen compound. Our third content is properties of interhalogen compounds. So what are the main properties regarding about the interhalogen compounds? So and next one, structure of interhalogen compounds. So especially there are mainly four types of interhalogens are there: XX1 type, XX3 type, and XX5 type, and XX7 type. So for each category, there is a prescribed example which is more helpful and more important in the view of examination. So that are in case of XX3 type, that is ClF3 is more important. In case of XX type of halogen, BRF5 is a more important interhalogen compound. And finally, in case of XX7 type of halogen, IF7 is the best model example for that one. And finally, what are the uses of interhalogen compounds? So, general interhalogen compounds are available most probably in solid state or liquid state, so they can be used as a non-aqueous solvents, and some of the interhalogen compounds may be used as fluorinating agents. So it gives the information about the interhalogen compounds. Introduction about the interhalogen compounds. Interhalogen compounds. So what are interhalogen compounds? What are interhalogen compounds? So interhalogen compounds are nothing but the halogens react with each other, able to form a new binary compounds that are known as interhalogen compounds. Halogens react with each other. Halogens react with each other. Halogens react with each other to form binary compounds that are known as interhalogen compounds. The halogens react with each other, able to form a new binary compounds that are known as interhalogen compounds. So we know that very well what are halogens: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. So astatine is the radioactive nature. So these four are more important halogens: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So what is the essential of interhalogen compounds? So halogens react among themselves, able to form to new such compounds that are known as interhalogen compounds. Mainly, these interhalogen compounds can be classified into four categories, that are X dash, and next one XX3 dash, XX5 dash, and next one XX7 type dash. These are all the four types of interhalogen compounds available. So in that one, X is the large size halogen. X is the large size. X is the large size halogen with a less electronegativity. with less electronegative value. So what about X dash? Here X dash is the small size halogen, small size halogen. X dash is the small size halogen with high electronegative value, with a high electronegative value. So these are all the best types of the interhalogen compounds. In that, X is the large size halogen with the least electronegativity. X dash is the small size halogen with a high electronegativity. For example, in case of XX dash, CLF and BRF and like this. In case of XX3 type, CLF3, BRF3. In case of XX5, BRF5, CLF5. In case of XX7 type, IF7, BRF7, like that. So according to the definition of the interhalogen compound, the first halogen is the large size halogen. That means it has a large atomic size. In case of CLF, chlorine has a large atomic number than fluorine. That's why chlorine has a large size halogen. In case of XX3 type, CLF3 is the best example. In that also, first one, chlorine is the large size than fluorine. Here also XS5 type, BRF5, in that Br has the large atomic size than fluorine. Here also in IF7, iodine also having large size compared to the fluorine. So these are all the four classification of interhalogen compounds. So what is X and what is X dash? So this is the introduction part regarding to the interhalogen compounds. Preparation of interhalogen compounds. So what are the methods which are useful for the preparation of interhalogen compounds? So halogens react with each other, able to form directly form a new compounds that are interhalogen compounds. Halogens directly react with each other, able to form interhalogen compounds. And the second way is lower interhalogen compound react with a halogen. So the formation of interhalogen compounds takes place in two ways. The first one is halogens react directly with each other. Halogens react with each other. Halogens react with each other directly. This is the first case. And second case, lower interhalogen compound react with another halogen. React with another halogen. So basing on these two conditions, we can prepare interhalogen compounds. So what are they? First one, halogens react with each other directly, and second one, lower interhalogen compound react with another halogen. It also able to form interhalogen compounds. So for example, here, what are halogens? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So here, chlorine react with fluorine at 437 Kelvin temperature. Here able to form 2CLF. Here also, again chlorine react with fluorine. It able to form CLF3. It is at 573 Kelvin temperature. Here also, this is the X dash type of halogen. This is the X3 type of interhalogen compound. So in this ClF3, again react with fluorine, it able to form ClF5, that is X5 type of interhalogen compound. At a similar manner, bromine also react with fluorine. Bromine react with fluorine to form 2BRF. Again, bromine react with fluorine to form BRF3. BRF3. In the similar manner, here also iodine react with fluorine. Iodine react with fluorine to form 2IF. And also iodine react with fluorine to form IF5. Here 2 iodines, 5 to 10 fluorines, 5 to 10 fluorines. Here also iodine again react with fluorine, it is able to form IF7 to 7 14 fluorine 7. So this is the X7 type of halogen. This is the X5 type of halogen. X5 type of halogen. So this is the example for X5 type of interhalogen compound, that is 2IF. So again write here I2 plus 5F2 gives rise to 2IF5. This is the X5 type of halogen. X5 type of halogen. And next one, I2 react with 7F2 gives rise to 2IF7. This is X7 type of interhalogen compound. So these are all the main preparation methods about interhalogen compounds. So interhalogen compounds are mainly 4 types. What are they? XX dash, XX3 dash, XX5 dash, and XX7 dash. So in that, X is a large size halogen. By observe all these preparation methods of interhalogen compounds, definitely the first element, the first halogen with a large atomic size, and the next element is the with the least atomic size. So these are all the preparation methods of interhalogen compounds. Properties of interhalogen compounds. So look at the image. So in that image there are 4 types of interhalogens are there. XX1 type, XX3 type, XX5 type, and XX7 type. So example for the XX1 type is CLF, BRF, so like that. So especially CLF is it will be existing as a gas at 298 K. Remaining all interhalogen compounds are either volatile solids or liquids. So it is more essential which is only exist in gaseous state. CLF is a colorless gas. Okay. So BRF a pale brown color gas. So in case of XX3 type, there are so many examples are there. CLF3, BRF3. So like that. So these are also colorless gas. CLF3, BRF3, pale greenish yellow color gas. So in case of XX3, the shape of the molecule is bent T-shaped molecule. For especially in examination, CLF3 is more important. So write the preparation method of the CLF3 and draw the structure of the CF3 and what is the hybridization including in CLF3, that are more important phenomenon. So in case of XX3 type of interhalogen compound, they have bent T-shaped molecular structure or trigonal bipyramidal structure. So in case of XX5 type, the best examples are BRF5, IF5 like that. So in XX5 type of interhalogen compound, they possess square pyramidal structure, square pyramidal shape. So and finally, XXN type of interhalogen compound, the best example is IF7. In IF7, it is also a colorless gas. Here, pentagonal bipyramidal structure is exhibited. So these are all the main four classification of the interhalogen. So there are five important properties about the interhalogen compound. The first point is, what are the important points of interhalogen compound? First one is, interhalogen compound molecules are in covalent nature. In covalent nature. And also they are exhibiting diamagnetic nature. Diamagnetic nature. In a diamagnetic nature. So interhalogen compounds having covalent nature and exhibit diamagnetic nature. Next one, the melting points of interhalogen compounds are more than the individual halogens. The melting point of interhalogen compounds are more than the individual halogens. Individual halogens. So why the melting point of interhalogen compounds are increases compared with the halogens? It means their melting point is also increases because the electronegativity difference will be increased. The electronegativity difference will also be increases. Will also be increase. Will also be increases. So this is the main point. The melting point of interhalogen compounds increases when the electronegativity difference between them is also increases. In third point, interhalogen compounds are more reactive. Interhalogen compounds are more reactive than halogens. Why the interhalogen compounds are more reactive? Because here in interhalogen compound, the X dash bond is more weaker. The X bond is more weaker than the bond present between the halogen, except fluorine, FF bond, except fluorine. So except fluorine, the XX bond which is present in interhalogen compound is very weaker bond. That's why they are more reactive with each other, with another compounds. And next property, interhalogen compounds are volatile. Interhalogen compounds are volatile solids or liquids. Volatile solids or liquids at a 298 Kelvin temperature. At a 298 Kelvin temperature, except CLF. Except CLF, because it existing as a gaseous state at a 298 Kelvin temperature. This is important. At a 298 Kelvin temperature, all interhalogen compounds are volatile solids or liquids at 298 K, but except CLF, but CLF can be existing as a gaseous state at 298 Kelvin temperature. And final thing is, interhalogen compounds are dissolved in water. Interhalogen compounds are dissolved in react with water to form two types of halide ion and oxohalide ion. Halide ion and oxohalide ion. This halide ion is formed by the small size halogen. Formed by the small size halogen. The oxohalide ion is formed by the large size halogen. Formed by the large size halogen. So interhalogen compounds react with water to form two types of ions. First one is halide ion and second one is oxohalide ion. This halide ion is formed by the small size halogen. The oxohalide ion is formed by the large size halogen. So in case of first category, X dash react with water, it form halide ion plus hypohalite ion, hypohalite ion. In case of XX3, dissolve in water to form, it is also form halide ion and halite ion. In case of XX5 type, dissolve in water to form halide ion and halate ion. In case of XX7 type of interhalogen compound dissolved in water, it also form halide ion and perhalate ion. So these are all important properties of interhalogen compound. So what are they? First one, the interhalogen compounds are in covalent nature, having diamagnetic nature. Their melting points are more than the halogen. Their melting points also increases with increasing the electronegativity difference. Interhalogen compounds are more reactive than the halogens due to the XX dash bond is weaker. Interhalogen compounds are volatile solids or liquids at a 298 Kelvin temperature except CLF. These interhalogen compounds are dissolved in water to form halide ion and oxohalide ion. This halide ion is formed by the small size halogen and oxohalide ion is formed by the large size halogen. So these are all the four types of interhalogen compounds dissolved in water able to form commonly halide ion. In case of XX dash, hypohalite ion. In case of XX3, halide ion. In case of XX5 type, halate ion. In case of XX7, perhalate ion. Structure of interhalogen compounds. So generally, XX3 type of interhalogen compounds, XX3 type of interhalogen compounds, they are having sp3d hybridization and the shape is T-shaped. In case of XX5 type of interhalogen compound, their hybridization is sp3d2, shape is square pyramidal shape. In case of XX7 type of interhalogen compound, they have sp3d3 hybridization, shape pentagonal bipyramidal shape. Pentagonal bipyramidal shape. In case of XX3, the best example is CLF3. In case of XX5, the best example is BRF5. In case of XX7, the best example is IF7. So come to the structure of the CLF3. So this can be explained the structure very shortcut notation. So you know that first we have to find out the steric number. So after knowing the steric number, we have to know the hybridization structure. So what is meant by steric number? Steric number is equal to half into number of valency electrons, number of valency electrons in central atom plus number of monovalent atoms attached to central atom plus or minus charge on the ion, This is the formula. By using this one, we can easily predict the hybridization and shape of the ClF3. So find out the steric number, formula like this: half into number of valence electrons in central atom plus number of monovalent atoms attached to the central atom plus or minus charge on the ion. For example, in that one, central atom is chlorine. Chlorine belongs to 17th group or 7th group. So it contains 7 valency electrons. Therefore, steric number is equal to half into 7 plus. So next one, number of monovalent atoms attached to the central atom. Here in ClF3, 3 fluorine atoms are attached to the chlorine. Therefore, number of monovalent atoms are 3. Here, plus or minus charge on the ion. Here there is no charge, that is 0. Therefore, this is equal to 10 by 2, that is equal to 5. Therefore, if the steric number is 5, the hybridization is sp3d hybridization. So after knowing the steric number, if the steric number is equal to number of sigma bonds plus lone pairs. Here, how many sigma bonds are present in a ClF3? Here, fluorine contains 3 unpaired electrons in the structure. Therefore, it forms 3 sigma bonds with chlorine. Therefore, here 3 sigma bonds are present. Remaining 2 are 2 lone pairs. So, by using this steric number, we have to easily predict the structure of ClF3. Fluorine form 3 sigma bonds with chlorine. So, remaining 2 lone pairs are present like this manner. So, this is the sp3d hybridization and T-shaped structure or trigonal bipyramidal shape. Trigonal pyramidal shape or T-shaped molecule. So this is about the hybridization and shape of the ClF3. sp3d hybridization, it is the best example for the XX3 type of interhalogen compound. sp3d hybridization and T-shaped molecular trigonal pyramidal shape. Come to the structure of BRFI. Here also we can write the formula for steric number. Steric number is equal to half number of valence electrons in central atom plus number of monovalent atoms attached to central atom plus or minus charge on the ion. So in case of BRF5, so this is equal to half number of valence electrons. Bromine belongs to 17th group. It contains 7 valence electrons plus the number of monovalent atoms attached to bromine. Here 5 bromines, 7 plus 5 This is equal to 12 by 2, that is equal to 6, that is equal to hybridization sp3 d2. So here steric number is equal to 6, therefore hybridization sp3 d2. Therefore steric number is equal to number of sigma bonds plus lone pairs. Here how many sigma bonds are present here in BrF5? Fluorine contain 1 unpaired electron. Here 5 fluorines contain 5 unpaired electrons. They are able to form 5 sigma bonds with the bromine. Therefore here 5 sigma bonds are present. How many lone pairs are present here? Only 1 lone pair. So why? Because steric number is equal to 6. Therefore the structure of the BrF5 is like this. Br contain 1 lone pair. We also can write like this manner. Br BrF5 contain 1 lone pair. So sp3d2 hybridization shape is square pyramidal shape. So this is about the structure of BrF5. 14 by 2, 7. Therefore hybridization is equal to sp3d3 hybridization. Here also steric number is equal to number of sigma bonds plus lone pairs. So here how many sigma bonds are present here? So fluorine contain 1 unpaired electron. Here 7 fluorines are present. Therefore it will be able to form 7 sigma bonds with iodine. Therefore here number of sigma bonds 7, lone pairs are 0. So draw the structure of IF7 like this. IF7 So this is a structure of IF7 here. No lone pair of electrons. IF7, I is the central atom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here hybridization is sp3d3 hybridization and shape is pentagonal bipyramidal shape. Pentagonal bipyramidal shape. So this is about the structure of the IF7. Okay, once I recall what we learned in this video are, especially for interhalogen compounds, what are interhalogen compounds and types of interhalogen compounds and properties of interhalogen compounds, and we also discussed about the structure of interhalogen compounds, especially for ClF3, BrF5 and IF7. Okay, thank you to all.